Hello everyone, welcome back. The topic which we are going to see is disaster management, a special focus on earthquakes. So the definition we already seen. First is earthquake. Earthquake, what is earthquake? It's a vibration of the earth provided by rapid release of energy. Second is the seismic waves, the energy moving outward from the focus of an earthquake. Third is focus, the location of the initial slip of the fault, and you call it as the origin of earthquakes. Epicenter, spot on the Earth's surface directly above the focus. So these are some important definitions. So when you say it as earthquake, it is the movement of the earth crust which makes the ground vibrate and shakes backwards as well as front. So it will be shaking the earth crust to form waves from the center, forming a disturbance. So this will be the longitudinal waves, transverse waves, surface waves. So these are the three types of waves. So earthquakes, they can be caused by two types of forces. One is called tectonic occurrence, second is volcanic activity. Tectonic occurrences like faulting, breaking of rocks, raising or sinking of layers of earth. Volcanic activity is violent eruptions and intrusion of igneous magma below the earth. So volcanic earthquake is associated with the flow of hot magma which is interrupting the volcanoes. So this is a localized one and seldom it causes extensive damage. When you say it as tectonic earthquakes, it will result in structural and inadjustments inside the earth. Plutonic earthquakes, the origin is great of depth and it will be generated as the same manner of the tectonic earthquake far below the surface of earth. Here what you see is a basic damage which happens where you have the epicenter or the focus point where the waves will be created and starting point is here and slowly it moves towards the other directions moving the lands which is in the surface. Why do earthquakes occur? Geological faults, volcanic eruptions, mine blast and nuclear test. Geological faults. So this is the fault of the planar structure due to the volume of rocks which has the significant displacement. So faults, they can be said as three main types. One is called normal fault, thrust fault and strike slip fault. A normal fault where the crust is extended, the walls move downward relative to the foothead. So when you have an earthquake, you can see due to the tension forces, the walls they move in the opposite direction. So one is the upward, another one is the downward movement. Thrust fault is one which occurs during the process of compression. So the crust is compressed, the hanging wall moves upward relative to the foot wall. So due to the compression force, one goes down, another goes up. Third is the strike slip fault. So this usually near the vertical and the motion results from shearing forces. So you can see the lands moving in the opposite direction due to the shearing force. So this is called the strike slip fault. So coming to the classification of earthquakes, so classification it is based on the magnitude. So when you say it as magnitude 1 to 8, you can see the differences. When you say it as 8, it is called as a great earthquake. 7 to 8, it is a major one or a large earthquake. 5 to 7, it is moderate. 3 to 5, it is small. 1 to 3, it is called as micro. And below 1 is called as a ultra micro earthquake. So this is how earthquake is classified based on the magnitude. So scales based on the seismograms. So you have the earthquake magnitude which will be measured based on the seismograms. So here How do you go for measuring? ML is the local Richter scale based on the amplitude waves. MB is the body wave, MS is the surface wave, MO is the seismic moment, and MW is the moment magnitude. Richter scale, the one which is used to measure the earthquake. So it measures the intervals in seconds, that is from the arrival of the first wave P and S waves. So it measures the amplitude of the largest waves. They use nomogram to estimate the distance of earthquake, that is the distance between S and P, and the magnitude which joins the points from S and P interval and S amplitude scales. So the use of seismograms from the last three geographical locations locate the epicenter by a triangulation. So you can focus on where the earthquake is happening. Here you see some examples, a result of collapse where the soil has been liquefied. This is in Niigata, Japan in the year 1964. You can see the buildings fall down due to the loss of soil. Second, you can see a wall collapse. This happened in Pakistan in the year 2005. Third, same multi-story buildings, they are collapsed due to this earthquakes. So earthquake prediction, how can it be done? First, you should identify the property related changes, then financial changes, movement of population, the level of business activity, the preparedness, rescheduling of public events, and reducing the public services. Thank you for your attention.